Hey fellas, sometimes, like I've mentioned in some of my videos, I will post an addendum video if I've learned something about a knife. I've been carrying this Spyderco Dragonfly for several weeks now, and these are some of my observations of it. In my other review, the Delica, I brought this knife out and I showed you a modification. First off, I'll cover that, of how I solved the thumb ramp problem. The Spyderco Dragonfly does not come jimped, and that makes this thumb ramp very slick unless you modify it somehow. And this is how I modified it. I put skateboard grip tape on it. Let me put my ugly fingers in there so the camera will focus. And you can see that that thumb ramp now has traction thanks to the grip tape I've put on there. That's a self-adhesive grip tape that I got from my hardware store. And I cut it out very precisely with a razor blade. I alcoholed the back of the blade off and bam, put it right on. I may do a run of it down this way, down the spine as well, and that will have to be cut the same width as that lock spring, because it does, that lock spring raises up, as you can see. Anyways, that sandpaper tape really helps lock that Dragonfly in a lot, and I can't believe they didn't put jimping on it. In Spyderco and subsequent models, you totally need to do that. I love carrying the Spyderco. It's Dragonfly. It's very lightweight. By the way, let's compare it how small it is. It is a very small knife, and I'll bring in a classic carry knife, the Swiss Army Classic, I think it's called. Classic. And you can see that indeed the Dragonfly is very tiny. The criticism I have against the Dragonfly in use, however, is this pocket clip, the Zytel molded pocket clip. And I have spoken favorably of Zytel clips in the past, kind of like the old Voyager from Cold Steel. They no longer do it. But the issue I have is it does not retain in the pocket too well. You can see why. See, there's air underneath that pocket clip. There should be no air there. It should be completely tight against that handle and molded that way so there's constant tension against the handle. So you need to fix that, Spyderco, because this knife can fall out of your pocket due to the weak clip on there. So those two items, that's good. You can improve your Dragonfly by putting some grip tape on it, and then just be advised if you're thinking about this knife, and I'm going to post this as a response video to the Dragonfly series, watch out for that pocket clip, because it's not adjustable. It is what it is, and sometimes I find myself just putting this into my pocket and not clipping it. That way I know I won't lose it by it flipping out. Also, I guess a minor criticism on the Dragonfly is that it is a very small blade. And as a small blade, it has limitations, like cutting food, which is a common EDC task. The Dragonfly sometimes just runs out of length. It's a tiny blade. So be advised of that. You might be better off going with maybe a Delica or maybe something even bigger, Endura. I think the Delica is probably a better EDC blade than the Dragonfly because it is a bigger blade, has jimping on it, and it has a better pocket clip. So I got to keep it real. I got to tell you guys stuff that I find out as I use blades. You can trust Nutnfancy to give you the lowdown and the real deal. Thanks a lot. You don't really have to comment on this. It's just a quick addendum video to my Dragonfly review. Peace out.